was talking about those who went to Harvard. We are privileged to have somebody who went to Harvard seated here. And I'm going to direct a question to her. Okay, is the aspect of blame game, Mrs. Oyeyemi, blame game. People tend to blame others for their shortcomings. Does this cause emotional trauma or damage to the other person? And how do we resolve such situations? Blaming the other person. Please share your experience with us.
All right.
Be mindful that you are married, they are single.
Very clear. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, and thank you once again for inviting me to speak at this session, which is tagged before the vow. So I realized I will be speaking with people who are yet to get into the institution of marriage, and we are speaking to people who are likely to know the steps they are taking before actually taking the vows. So when you were presenting earlier, you spoke about emotional intelligence. And one of the first points you made when you started listing the attributes of emotional intelligence was self-awareness. Self-awareness. You see, the issue of blame game, you blame someone for whatever has gone wrong with you or whatever is happening in your life because you yourself, you're not self-aware. There's a level of maturity that everybody needs to get into. Many people might not get into it before they are married. Some might get into it when they are married. But you see, the issue of self-awareness is something that we do not speak much about in this our world. If something goes wrong, something as minute as I fell down or I hit my leg against the stone, the first thing you will say is, who put this stone there? Why is this chair on my way? You do not look at, why wasn't I looking before I leap? Why wasn't I aware of my environment before I actually? But when you put that sense of mindset into everything you do or even into every action you take, when something goes wrong from the way you were expecting it, when you get a different result, the first person you need to blame is yourself.
That's part of emotional intelligence.
Check yourself to see, how better would I have handled this? What did I do that triggered this thing from this person? So this is even beyond marriage, even in our work environment. What have I done wrong? What steps did I take that makes this person assume that I am entitled to be treated this manner? Because when you're self-aware, it gives you a sense of how to even pitch your tent correctly. You know the kind of person you want to deal with. When something goes wrong, you first check, am I at fault? Is there any way I might have triggered this? And how best am I to solve this? Because when you see yourself in that light, that, when things happen, we do not look at it. We feel we are the only ones that are angry. You feel like you're the only one that is angry at that point. You do not feel that the other person has a reason to be angry. But when you do some internal check to see, why is this person angry? Can this person also be angry? Why will this person be angry? Is there something that I have done that would have attributed or that would have contributed to his anger? These are some of the questions that once you ask yourself, you will not really do the blame gaming. You won't be in the blame gaming business anymore. And it also helps you develop yourself, making sure that you're able to identify that this is, if anything goes wrong in this relationship, it's because I have contributed to it. Because with that, you're able to identify that this person is aiming at the wrong step. So this is what is happening. Oh, I married this person and I married wrong. Where did I go that we got to meet? And how did I meet someone that was wrong? Who were the companies, or what were the companies that I was keeping that got me into being in this relationship with this person? Oh, would I do it better? Is this person the kind of person that I can marry? Is this person the kind of person that can accommodate my shortcomings, knowing fully well that no one is perfect? Is this person someone that can accommodate my shortcomings? Is this person someone that will understand me when I'm unable to speak? Understand my inaudible feelings or inaudible statements. Will this person be able to comprehend when I'm not speaking? If that person is unable to comprehend, you should know that it's either you start speaking or you look for somebody that will be able to comprehend. Do not assume that everybody will move to fall into your own sphere or into your own identification of how life is or how you need to react. Not everybody, because you are not everybody. Not everybody is like you. And because we are being brought up from different backgrounds. So I think I was in a session a few years ago where they were talking about life before married. And the pastor said something like, when you're single, is your best time of life. And when you're single, is your best time of life.
Wow.
When you're single is the time you have to develop, maximize opportunity, use opportunities to your advancement, being able to grow yourself, being able to contribute yourself. You know, they said the two shall become one. They didn't say half will become one. And they didn't say half will become one. And they didn't say half and one will become one. Wow. They said two. And the only way we can have two is one and one. Knowing that a two complete single, two emotionally stable singles will be able to make one happy marriage. And it's not always going to be 50-50 in marriage. It's not always going to be 100-100. It's not always going to be 20-20 or 20-20 and leaving the rest 60 to drag. But just know that in relationship, at this point when we're still single or when you are still single, you are able to develop yourself and knowing that whatever goes wrong in your life, primarily check yourself before you blame the other person. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. Remember the definition of emotional intelligence. So the last statement she made, check yourself, goes with the definition that says you have the ability to do what? Manage your own emotions first before passing it on to others. Check yourself. Do an internal audit, as the accountant used to say. An internal audit about yourself. Thank you very much, madam.